Hello, my name is Philippe and I come from France.
Hello, my name is Anita, I come from Georgia.
We are together volunteers here in Dąbrowie, Białostockiej in Poland. So Anita, what kind of EVS?
What kind of EVS? Good question. Our EVS takes place in a village, in a kind of town village, where we are just alone together.
Yeah,
that's
together,
a bit fun. But anyway, we try to spend a good time. We try to have our EVS in a good way because we're organizing many different activities. What activities, Philippe?
For different activities, first many language activities, like I teach for different person, like French lesson, and together we do for English lesson. We are different person, like first we have a group of kids, about what, 9 years old?
Yes,
kind of
9,
this?
10.
Yeah, 9, 10, and after that we have another group of the ladies of 45 years, like this.
Yes, these ladies are actually very curious and very, motivated to study English in a good way. So we try to work with them in a very serious way, right?
Exactly, yeah, and progress day after days and start to speak in different language, and we can learn with them also Polish lesson. And hey Anita, what about Polish here?
Yeah, you want to start speaking Polish actually?
Oh yeah, I know some
competition?
words. I know some words in Polish, like like jestem Philippe, jestem wolontariusz, and everything like this. But it's a little bit start, So
yeah, it's always hard with him when he speaks about his age because the pronunciation of Polish is kind of difficult, right?
Yeah, it's kind of difficult for me.
Say that you're 22.
Mam 22 lata.
Like I said.
Yeah.
Mam 21 lat. Jestem Anita, jestem wolontariuszka z Gruzji.
But it's easier for you because you know some words in Russian, so it's very close.
Also point, I also have Russian lessons with a couple of students because some people turns out are very interested in Russian, and to be honest, when I decided to come here I had no idea that Russian would be so useful for me, right?
Yeah.
Turns out more or less a lot of people speak their Russian, so it's easy for me to communicate with them. Okay, what about the other activities like the sports?
Yeah, sports activity with the kids, with teenagers. I organize some handball and football with them. So it's just for example, every Monday we have just some training together, and after we can practice a match and everything like this. So it was very cool to have also sports here in Dąbrowie. And what about you? Do you have some other activities here?
You know that I do.
Yeah, which one?
Okay, just because I study cinematography in university, I used to study, it means that I love cinema very much, right? And when I came here in Dąbrowie, turns out there is an old vintage unuseful cinema here, more or less unuseful. And I was very happy and glad to see that because turns out I have a possibility to organize there some movie nights.
Oh.
And this is indeed a very good place for me to show the students something like a cinema classic, something really interesting, something really important in the history of cinema. So I also have a group of anime guys who watch Japanese anime and are crazy about that. And I found these guys and I have the anime nights with them every Thursday. It's very funny, it's good to communicate with them, it's good to watch anime with them because I also love watching it. So yeah, that's my another activity.
Very nice.
Yeah.
What else?
What else? I think that it's freezing here. The weather is completely
as you see here.
understandable because we are freezing. We didn't get used to it. This kind of cold in November and snow already.
Yeah.
What else? What is your difficult view of our EVS?
It's not too difficult, but yeah, at the beginning it was hard to, to just stay here, to see what kind of city, to have a contact with students, but after days, and we work a lot, and we organize our activities, we have our time schedules, and it was very good at least.
Yeah, there is my one of the terrible view of EVS in here. The hardest part for me, the dogs everywhere, all over. I'm very scared of dogs. And they're everywhere in Dąbrowie, so it will be very hard if Philippe would not be here with me. Yeah, that's
I
also
know.
right.
I am your hero, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it is also a good opportunity to see the country, Poland. I mean, and we can organize some different travel in also all the country. We can see Warsaw together and Krakow also. And it was very interesting to share our culture and to see the different point of view of different people here, and to see just another country, for example. And this kind of country is very great because people here are very nice. They're very sweet with us at the beginning. You remember all of them, and yeah, I think will be a great EVS here.
Besides, what about our presentation, and what about your history presentation?
Yeah, exactly. I have also history lesson, and I have to prepare some history of France. So I need to speak about 2,000 years of history of France in just 40 minutes. So, but it was very nice, and the student was very interesting here.
It was kind of big challenge for you.
Yeah, it was kind of big challenge, but in France I study history, so it is easier for me to speak about history of my country. And from my point of view, it's also interesting about the history of this country, to share different history and everything like this. And yeah, it's very good, very great. Yeah.
What else? Anything else?
Yeah, we organize also a presentation of our country together with two students about Georgia and France.
About festivals and celebration days in our country, the national ones and the international ones, of course. So yeah, we try to have a good EVS. We try to be motivated. We try to be active. We try to be creative also, because we have a lot of plans for future, which we don't talk about right now. So now I think it's time to say goodbye because we're freezing.
Yeah, later we will come back, so thank you.
Let's
goodbye.
Say goodbye in Polish.
Do widzenia.
Do widzenia.